5,280 feet above sea level, and that is the site for the narrative-building Thursday night football matchup we have this evening. The Denver Broncos have been incredibly boring. The Let's Ride era has kind of been a snooze fest and a stumble on pothole ride to the finish line. Getting some wins. Nathaniel Hackett figuring it out maybe. Russell Wilson doing his thing. Cortland Sutton maybe getting the ball. Judy maybe getting the ball. The defense seems to be unbelievable. They're without Randy Gregory. How will that affect? But are the Broncos a team that is going to continue to find ways to win even though they look like they suck?
Fair.
And on the flip side, the team that has looked like they suck but are actually pretty good, are they going to find their way and do their thing tonight without one of their MVP candidates of a season ago, Jonathan Taylor? That means Nyheim Hines probably going to get the rock a little bit. Philip Lindsay, formerly of the Denver Broncos, from Denver originally, has been called up to the active roster. He'll also be in the running backfield, hopefully. Now, we also have, obviously, Michael Pittman Jr. and Mo Alley Cox, who's a tight end, who's a guy who played basketball in college, big body.
Huge.
Big body, big athlete. Matt Ryan seems to like to throw the ball to him. And hopefully, we'll see another guy that Matt Ryan likes to throw to, a big body, tight end. In Jelani Woods.
Sure. Good player.
We don't know. I think so.
Yeah, hopefully.
I think he's a great player. Every time I've seen the ball go his way, good things happen.
Scores touchdowns.
Anytime I've seen him walk down a street, everybody's looking like this at him. He's a fucking big, tall guy who seems to score touchdowns and does his job well, but he's rarely on the field. Will this week be the week that he's on the field and becomes a superstar? Joining us all day, Darius J. Butler. That baby. Talks the table is here at Boston Connor, at Ty Schmidt. One half of the Hammer.
Dahn.
Cowboys. Tone Diggs is here. All the boys in the back. Foxy, Zito, and Frank. Great work. We had a couple doors added to the building. People were in here till like 6 a.m., I guess.
Nice.
Didn't know that was happening. Don't necessarily love it, but their work was fantastic. This place is really coming together, and I appreciate you all so much for watching today. Obviously, anytime you have an NFL game on the same day you're doing a show, you're excited because you're getting to chit-chat about said game. Normally on Thursday Night Football, we have Coach Pagano come in here and give us Coach P's keys.
That's right. I love it.
Not today.
What?
What do you mean?
Well, I'm bummed. We're all bummed because we're missing out on it because he has continued to be a very good gambler on these Thursday Night Football games. Not that he's gambling, but in his predictions of what he thinks is going to happen, he's given pretty good prognostications on how the games are going to go. With that being said, he's at a wedding. So it's a good thing.
Okay. Love.
Congrats to whoever's.
We love.
Mazel tov.
Yeah, Nyheim.
Yep.
Sure.
The whole thing.
You name it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Hey.
Anyways, congrats to whoever is getting married that Chuck knows and Chuck is going to. We appreciate that. We'll miss you this week. We'll see you next week, Chuck. AJ Hawk will be here. But let's dive right into it for this Thursday night matchup because it is a big deal. And, you know, I'm from Indianapolis. I live in Indianapolis. I played for the Colts. So I talk about the Colts, I think, more than any other team or show probably ever that has ever had a national, international, but still regional feel type of show. But whenever we're talking about this Indianapolis Colts, they could beat the Broncos tonight. This is a team that could beat the Broncos. They're 1-2-1. They're not 1-3. They're 1-2-1 because they tied the Texans. They lose to the Jacksonville Jaguars 24-zip. Then they lose to the Titans. So they have done terribly against the AFC South, which is not good news because if you're trying to make the playoffs, winning your division is normally a good place to start. Doesn't know. Who knows? There's a lot of season left. But the Colts still can find success. Tonight could be one of those games. With that being said, there's so many question marks around that fucking team. Obviously, Shaquille Leonard is out after breaking his nose, we believe, and also having a concussion on Sunday in his first game back from a back surgery that was actually to help his ankle, which he dealt with all year last year when he was almost a defensive MVP. So many storylines. Ryan Kelly and Quentin Nelson still on the offensive line. Those are two top 100 NFL players. Haven't played good offensive line play at all this season for one reason or another. Jelani Woods seems to be a weapon. We don't have a lot of those. Then he doesn't get a lot of plays. Mo Alley Cox becomes a weapon. Will they be able to figure out how to put them together? It's like the Colts team literally has a chance to be great, it feels like, which is why I continue to be excited about them. So many question marks, though. Debo, what are you looking for in this Colts team tonight to get a win, and how do you think they beat the Broncos?
I mean, I'm looking for how we respond. You know, on a national stage at that, obviously against a tough opponent.
Hey, that's a big deal, the national stage. Can you explain that a little bit? Can you explain the mindset a little bit more?
I mean, because, you know, Sunday, a lot of Sundays, a 1 o'clock block comes on. Everybody's playing 4 o'clock. But the prime time game, you know, your peers, all your peers are going to be watching, coaches, family, people that support you, people that hate you. Like, everybody's watching. Anybody that likes football is watching football. So you get up a little bit more.
Statements can be made.
Yeah, for the primetime game.
This is how Pro Bowlers are made, by the way.
Yeah.
Yep.
If you look at like Pro Bowlers, all pros, like when the stars come out, when the lights go on, the stars come out.
That's right.
I believe is how Dwight Freeney said it. And it was one of the most.
Bright lights. It's different. It's a different game. It's a different feeling. More cameras.
If we were in a primetime game, after that conversation with Dwight Freeney, I know, okay, there's 100% chance that Dwight Freeney is getting a sack tonight. And by the way, he did. And that's where narratives and prime times and everything, that is where it all kind of comes together. And I think that should be noted, though. Like, these are big fucking deals. Monday Night Football is still a big fucking deal. Thursday Night Football, and you put it on Prime, I think this generation of players is probably more pumped. Like, we're on Prime, we're in the streaming, we're kind of trailblazing something new. Business is in there. Tonight's a big night. I think we will see the best out of everybody tonight.
It's exciting. It's an exciting night for the guys, and it's an opportunity, too. Obviously, Jonathan Taylor's out, Shaquille Leonard's out, Julian Blackman's out, I believe. So you got other players that's going to have an opportunity to step up, man.
All right, let's do our picks now for this thing. We tied last week. You are 2-0-2. I am 0-2-2 on the season. Had a similar start as the Indianapolis Colts last year and this year in the picking of the games. But AJ is doing the super boost, so who gives a fuck? AJ, let's stay hot. Colts plus 3.5. Broncos minus 3.5. Over under 42.5 points. All signs point to a defensive juggernaut struggle this evening as two teams are trying to find an identity on the offensive side. What do you think happens here this evening on Prime, kicking off Week 5, AJ?
So I know I have the Colts at plus 10.5 on the alternate spread for the parlay, but I'm going to take Broncos here minus 3.5.
Okay, you could probably use that in a game special bet if you're on FanDuel, if you think it's going to be in between 4 points to 9 points or 10 points or whatever. That's a pretty big boost in the odds if you want to ride alongside AJ with a double bet there. Give me the Colts plus 3.5.
Let's go. It's a great number.
Great number.
I think that's a good bet, honestly. Like I said, the Colts can win this game.
And we like the under, right? You like the under, I like the under?
Yeah, I don't usually like unders, but if I had to, I would pick under here for sure.
Yeah, so we won't make that an official pick because we're both we're both in the same situation. Like, game's much better watching, not hoping for the under. But if I had to make it, if you were going to go over, you felt strong about the over, I would have in return said, well, I feel good about the under then. But since neither of us are taking that stand, I don't think we should make it an official pick, AJ.
Okay.
Broncos to win by 1 to 13 points, I believe, is also plus 145, if you do like that.
If you think it's going to be within a 2-score game, basically.
Fun fact, these are the 32nd and 30th ranked scoring offenses.
So that's good news for the under-better lovers, which the man who just stated what he just stated is certainly one of those. Maybe the leader of the pack.
Leader of the pack, but now that everyone loves it, I kind of fucking hate it.
No, everybody's just me and AJ.
Yeah. You, AJ, Kirk, 70% of America.
Fuck!
90% of the money.
Why is this always going to happen, AJ? We get a walk.
Hey, last week, I believe, was a winning week for the public, though, so maybe we're keeping that alive.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Come on, don't worry about them. It doesn't work. It doesn't matter. It's about us. You know that.
Plus 2,000 super boost. AJ, will you please walk us through why and how we're going to hit this thing?
Well, what Bruce helped me out with this, so we got the line bumped to 10.5, correct, for the Colts.
Yes.
So
Colts
at plus 10.5.
There it is. Colts plus 10.5. Jelani Woods, 1 touchdown.
Right.
Nyheim Hines, 40-plus rush yards. Go ahead, AJ.
Yeah, I mean, to me, to get plus 2,000 odds, when I put these together, I want the reward to be big. So to get plus 2,000, that's higher than I thought I would get, and I think it's very doable.
How come Colts plus 10.5, AJ?
Because, I mean, I don't think it's going to be a crazy high-scoring game. You heard Kirk talk about that a little bit, and I feel like the Colts have a chance to win this game, let alone get it within 10.5.
Let's go.
Come on, Hawker.
You think Jelani Woods is going to get in the end zone? I think we've been yelling real loud about it. You would think the Colts would have to do something. Is that why you're saying Jelani Woods?
We need him to score early. Let's
Okay.
get him to score in the first quarter because then the rest is just going to take care of itself. That's what I'm hoping for tonight.
And the Nyheim Hines, 40-plus rush yards. Jonathan Taylor is out with an ankle, which might have ended up in a pileup. We're not 100% sure when it took place. He missed his first practice since his entire football career started, even going back to high school on Wednesday of last week. Now he's out after playing not great this past weekend against the Tennessee Titans. Nyheim Hines is the backup running back alongside Phillip Lindsay, who is from Denver, played for the Broncos. Nyheim Hines is incredibly explosive.
Yes.
This is one play potentially.
That's right.
But I think he's not scared to kind of
lower it.
clang and bang if he has to as well. And that's what you're talking about, this all taking care of itself over the 4 quarters of it all.
Absolutely. I feel like the Colts are going to have to try to attempt to run the ball throughout the night. They're going to consistently stay with it. So Nyheim Hines will benefit from that. And I think 40 yards is a thing that he could hit before halftime. For
Alternate spread, 10.5, looks very nice.
Love it. Yep.
Have to parlay that alongside a couple other things to get the odds. Jelani Woods, I think he was still like plus 750 to score a touchdown. He's plus 700 last week. He was like plus 750 or plus 600, then to plus 750. I forget where he moved, but he's high. His odds are very long. And if you watch that Colts team, they need somebody that can make a play.
Yeah.
Mo Alley Cox, the other tight end, makes a lot of plays. I fucking love Mo Alley Cox. Let's keep feeding Mo Alley Cox. But also, if you get 2 tight ends that can do the same, I mean, let's get a little creative here. Let's get a little, especially with the run team. So you can have a lot of tight ends act like they're going to block.
See ya.